rib cage, so it's nice and all like one line. Relax in a way that you're comfortable and standing with the head, the sky, and the crown of your head reaching high and your feet pressing down. So just tip a little bit forward, just a tiny bit forward, as if you're going to test how much forward you can go, and your toes will probably grab the earth. You can also do these with your sneakers. So just center and lean back just a tiny bit, almost like your toes are wanting to come out. And then center. So it's a very tiny movement. Go to the left, almost like feeling how much you can go to the left without lifting your feet. And then center both feet. And then a little bit to the other side. So it's a very gentle movement. You can probably not even see it. So it's very tiny. Go a little bit forward on your toes, on your front of your tippy toes. Go to center, lean back, testing the balance, almost like you want to fall, but you're holding your body, your belly, your chest, and then center. Go to the left and center. And go to your right and center. Take your moment in the center. Really feel that you're evenly um, spread through the feet, through the areas of your big toe and the pinky toe and the heels, like a little triangle on the bottom of the area of your feet. Now soften your knees just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Soften like a little bounce, just a tiny bit, just to kind of feel a little bit of heat. Then you're going to cross your wrists and then and then open and then out to the side. So cross and to the side. So I'm bending my knees still a little bit and I'm crossing like in really slow motion. Crossing and opening. Change your arms, cross your wrists, bend your legs up and down, and then sync your breath with it, right? So we're going to inhale, straighten the legs, you bend your legs, you cross your arms, and then open. So start in a little bit of a flow, and your legs can, if you feel you need to open, you open a little more, or you stay with your feet together. Just feel this sensation of opening, bringing breath in, and start a little bit of movement that feels very flowy and very fluid and easy enough to warm up the body. So bending and opening, maybe a little higher, crossing and bending a little lower, lifting a little higher. So these again, according to your range of motion and how much you want to work and how you want to start. And if you want to give more, you give more. You want to stay easy. This is your practice. Breathe and stay here and bending the legs just a tiny bit. I'm having my hands on my legs, right down my thighs. Do a little bit of tilting your tailbone and then rounding. So with the knees bent, do a little bit of this action of cats and cows, rounding and arching, nice and slowly, nice and easy, no rush here. Your knees a little bent, round your shoulders, feel the spread in your shoulders, and then look forward, stick your booty out, and maybe chest up. Just one more time, round, 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 and come up to the Tadasana, come up to standing. Hands on your hips, just a little bit of balance. Shift away to your left, lift your right leg up a little bit, and place it down. All right, place the right foot down. If you have, like I have 2 mats, and if you want to kind of go into a floor and that feels better, and then change that. Okay, just a couple times. Lifting your right leg up any amount and set it down. And if you need to hold on to something, a chair or wall, a window, lift up. Awesome. So still with the feet, we're going to go again now the same thing to the side. Okay, so maybe just start tapping right? So with the toe tapping, we're going to increase it just a moment. So feel the shift, tap to the side, point your toe. One more time to the side. So warming up and see if you can feel okay to hover. If that's okay, hover. Again, you can touch anything. Feet down, hover, or keep it with your toe touching or lifting. Feet down. Okay, see if you can maybe not, maybe the right leg goes out, the left arm goes out, maybe both arms, maybe not. Feet down, together, to the side. Again, you can have a, I don't care if you have something. So this has wheels, but I don't care, just for support. Out a little bit with the toes facing forward, maybe one arm, maybe just the other, maybe not. All right, and then the feet together, step together. Now a little bit more to this back, to the pointing to the back. You can bend the front leg a little bit and step together. So this is really amazing to test how your balance is, right? And step together. See if you can maybe hover it, maybe touching something here at the front. Maybe you keep it touching, all right? Bending if you need to, stepping or toe or lifting, and place the feet together. So I'm gonna try to combine to see if we can do front, front, back, back, side to side. So it'll really warm your body, your belly, your core, and maybe even your low back. So you don't have to lift high, but just feel the effort, and then we'll take a little rest. So let's see if we can do like you're walking, right? You're walking, right? Right knee comes up, the left arm up. So just kind of exaggerate the way you walk, right? And then from here, so we did about 3. See if you can reach back, reach back, reach back, reach back, and then front, 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 and then back and back, back, back. And let's just do it to the side, to the side, to the side, side, and side. All right, so from here, walk the feet just a little bit. All right, just a little wider, but not too wide, just wider than usual. And then you're gonna just go to the side and center, nice and slow, to the side and center. Just one more time to see if you get a little more and it feels a little nicer and more open. Breathe the side ribs and then other side. Now from here, try a little bit different. So see if you can bring the feet together more and maybe step the left foot. I'm gonna go with my step foot, left foot, stepping it back behind and lean. And then arms open, feet on the ground, nice and gently, put the weight on the left. It's gonna stay. Maybe step back, maybe tuck behind and lean. So arms go sideways. Yeah, beautiful. Come back to center, maybe a little deeper. So bend and maybe tip a little more lower and then up. And then one more. Back to normal, more side to side and side to side. Very good. And then come back to the beginning where we did that little cat-cow, rounding here. Round your spine, really stretch your shoulders, lift your shoulders up and really hug the belly in, hands on the thighs, lift your booty, lift your heart, breathe, feel your spine into a back bend. One more with your breath and your roundings. Please stay here. You're already here, setting up almost for chair pose. And then see if you can keep your booty setting back, the hips setting back. See if you can shift a little bit back and have your hands out for this modification of chair. So stay here and then see if you can bring your arms behind, almost like reaching behind your hips, and arms go to normalize more forward. Feel your sink in the hips. One more. Very good. And then inhale, come up to standing with the arms reaching up, and bring your hands to the prayer. Breathe in and out. So you feel right, a little bit faster, a little bit of work that we did. Just take a moment. You can release your hands for a moment. You can close your eyes. We haven't really taken any grounding breaths, any centering. So maybe take this pause to just recover the breath, or really find a nice pause to breathe in and out. The Ujjayi breath is beautiful. You can make a sound going in and a sound of your throat going out. And just one more. And out. Okay, last little piece and standing. Then we're going to come to sit. So this is more of a chair modified twist. Okay, so you're going to squat down like we did before, like doing the chair, just going maybe sideways. So let's do both arms forward, both arms forward. Okay, get ready for that. So one arm is going to go to the hip. This arm is going to reach a lot. Send the booty back, and you're going to bring the hand not to the same knee, outside the other knee, and you're going to twist here. You can bring the arm on the waist back behind. So it's a nice modified twist chair. Breathe here, look to your hand, look to your knees, make sure the knees are not turning out, they're forward. Bring your hand back on your hip, hands on the legs. Inhale, come up to standing. All right, and then do that little thing we did before, crossing the wrist and up, recrossing and up. Just two more because it feels good, right? Changes the energy. And relax. Take a breath in, breath out. I like closing my eyes to kind of feel what's going on, breathing in and out. Okay, just to be the other side. So squat into a little bit of your effort, right? If you want to really go a lot, you go a lot. If you want to stay a little bit, be a little conservative, you want to give it like 60%, that's fine. Both arms forward. One hand to the hip. And this hand reaches, so we can reach across to the outside of your knee. This could be an option to stay, and maybe open the other arm out. So you're pressing out in the outside of your knee, other arm can stay on the hip or open. You can look down, look at the knees that they're not, moving around or buckling in and out. Breathe, close the hands, arm forward, come on up, and relax. Awesome. Very good. Take a moment to breathe in, breathe out. All right, so let's go to that little little cow again. Okay, so here, rounding and arching. If you have your blocks, we're gonna slowly fold here a little bit. So you're here, find your hands on the floor, on the blocks here. And then very gently, you're gonna bring one knee down, other knee down, and take your child's pose, okay? So I have a lot of mats here. You can do your child's pose on a blanket, or on a couple of, I'm still here, good. Okay, so I'm gonna move a little bit so I can be on the screen. So take a child's pose that feels good in your body. There you go. If you need a block under your forehead, please do that. And just take a moment here. You can close your eyes and feel that you're very ready to take a couple of breaths that are very earthy, very grounding, very soothing, very calming. So calm your body, calm your mind, and really breathe in. Really feel that the breath is coming in through the nostrils, that is maybe expanding your belly, soften your low back, and exhale and feel any extra tension that I caused or you had from before to release mentally, emotionally, physically from your nose. Just breathing in and breathing out. Couple more, just one or two, really lengthening patiently, no rush here. It's a beautiful opportunity to do child's pose. It also stretches your thighs, stretches your low back, your shoulders. All right, so keep the shape with the child's pose. You can even bring your knees a little closer. If they're too wide, you can just bring them a little closer. Walk your hands forward and take a little bit of peek to your hands and walk the hands to one side, almost like you want to bring the center of your chest or your sternum to one of the legs. So you can even walk the knees wide, look up, pick up, walk center, take a moment, lengthen, walk the hands to the second side. Really feel that you don't lift your hips, you lower, maybe your elbows lower, maybe your head touches, maybe you just let the head drop. Breathe in and out. Walk your hands to the front again. And then we're going to do a little bit of something really different with the child's pose. If it doesn't work for you, just don't do it. But just experiment to come up on hands and knees. And then bring your knees together to the center. The feet are together. The toes are together. And then see if you can bring the knees, like swivel the feet to, I'm going to go to the screen. So I'm going to go to my right, swivel the feet like outside the mat, like that, and sit back in child's pose. Or send the hips back towards the back. Inhale, hands under your shoulders, feet behind, and swivel to the second side. So you swivel the feet, heels to the side, and sit back. All right. And then one more time. So nice and slow, swivel the toes and the feet outside the mat, sit back, straighten your arms forward, feel the side stretch, and center another side. So swivel the feet, beautiful, and then sit to back, sit to the heels. It's a little different, but I think it's fun. Yeah. All right. So come on up, straighten the legs, and we'll just do like a little puppy pose. So I want you to have the hips here, the hips above the knees, not back, not forward. And from here, walk your hands forward, just one arm, not both, just one arm. Keep the hips above your knee and turn. You can bring the other hand back. Just do one hand forward and bring your head down. So not two arms, just one. And then center, keep the hips above your knees. Walk one hand forward, one hand forward. Maybe you just bring the other hand to support. Maybe you bring the other elbow, just be here on your side, on your head, or maybe just the head doesn't touch, doesn't matter. And then come back. So you're gonna sit back, see if you can maybe grab a block and sit on a block or maybe two blocks for this kneeling shape or possibly sit nice and tall on 2 blocks or blankets or whatnot. And you're going to come up on your knees. You're going to kneel. Okay, so I'm kneeling here. And I'm going to take a long time, a long stretch to lift up, right? You can bring your hands on your hips. Take a moment here. And then you're just going to extend the hips to the back and bring your arms. So I guess you can remove the blocks now for the movement to lift up. And again, sit back and arms take a long time, a long time, a long time to touch. And then relax. Relax your shoulders, your hands, and your forehead and sit. You're going to take a long time again to lift up. So press your shins, hug your belly, inhale, and take about 10 seconds to come up. And lengthen up, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Feel the stretching, knees, hips, shoulders, and fingertips lift. And then go forward. Take a long time. So take about 7 more seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4. No rush, no rush. Hold it, 2, and 1. Once it touches, relax the belly, the face, the forehead, the chin. Everything touches. If this doesn't work, you can put blocks here so the hands are supported. You don't have to bring the head down at all. Inhale up, take a long time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lengthen, press your knees. Maybe your toes are tucked, maybe they're flatten, and press your shins down and lift your arms and lift your side body and your sideways lift. And again, taking 10 seconds to lower, sitting back, arms go forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, if you have more, take more. Hands lower, head relaxes, gets heavy. Breathe here. It's a beautiful way to really be mindful of the breath, of the patience, and how the body really works a lot when the pose is not like that, right? This is harder. So just come up, hold the belly, start coming up, lifting up, pressing the knees, pressing the toes of the tops of your feet, inhaling. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When you're 10, lift as if you're pressing your bottom feet and toes down and lifting your upper body, and fingers get light. And if you want, you can do a little more like a V, but straighten the arms nice and straight. And then last time, then we're going to stay, okay? We're going to do last one more. You're going to lengthen, send the booty back, arms nice and strong. Take your time. This is the last one. Give it your best. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. All right, so we're going to go on the belly, slide down the mat like a snake, and go on your hips, go on your belly, lengthen your legs, and maybe make a little arm pillow. Stack your hands and rest your forehead here. Lift your shins, lift your feet, relax your ankles, relax your shins and your feet, go side and to side. And stay here again, sort of like being again mindful on how you're breathing here on your belly, prone on your belly. It's again another opportunity to pause and sneak that ujjayi, that breath that makes a sound. Let the nose breathe in and make a sound in your throat. Even when you breathe in and even when you breathe out and make a sound. Notice the breath, how the exercising the breath gets the body to relax and will probably work better in all the shapes that we start to do by just before anything, just breathing in, strongly relaxing, letting go what happened, letting go what needs to be gone. So you're gonna do 3 cobras here. Again, very, very gentle, very mindful, not rushing to come out, just really engaging the parts that you need to lift up. Bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your elbows in, take a breath, engage here strongly, hug your belly, and start coming up to your Bhujangasana. So I'm not coming up high, and I'm lengthening and lowering. So even when I lower, I lengthen. So fingers are under my shoulders. They can be a little wider and then come on up any amount. So once you feel your low back is working and strengthening, lengthen a little more, lengthen and lower, lengthen and lower. That's number 2. And then one more. Breathe and lengthen and peel down, come down. One more time, arms just forward, rest your arms forward. If you want, you can have your hands to the side and rest your head to one side. That's also great. And if you like the shins kind of wind chill, wind siding, that's fine too. So any position with your hands or your head or your softening your hips with these rocks. And if your hands are to the side, come up gently and turn the head the other side. So make sure you're even, very gentle with your neck. Come to all fours, please. Please take time, tuck your toes, push enough to come to all fours. More normal cats and cows. So you know this one, hands spread, fingers spread, knees wide. More of a movement that you're familiar, little cat cow, little side to side, some circles, play around, investigate, and explore. Yeah, so find your cat cow today, find your spine, find your movement, lift and lower, expand, contract, breathe in a lot, breathe out. And come to neutral, we'll do just like a twist or a thread the needle without lifting the arm too much. Just look at the hands, and I'm going to take my left hand. I'm going to have it facing up. So my hand, I can see the inside of my hand or my palm. And I'm just going to slide it between my right wrist and my right knee. It doesn't have to be close. It can be on this in the center, in between, and come to the side of your head. Maybe your right hand goes to your back hip or to your low back. Breathe here, bring your hips back. So if your hips is right hip forward, bring it back. Bring the hip to square as much as you can imagine. You can also keep the right hand in front of your face and turn. Bring the hand down and then unwind. Nice and easy, right? So this is not lifting the arm, just going to the other side. So my right hand, I see my palm, I slide it between my left wrist and my left knee, come back to my arm, my shoulder, my side of my face, maybe square my hips. So send the hips back. So the hips are square. Lift your left hand, bring it to your low back, or keep it in your front of your face and turn. So maybe you sneak your eyes and look up in your twist, looking up to the window or to the corner where the wall meets the ceiling. Come back up to all fours. You guys with me? All right. So you're gonna do a lunge here. Okay, you can have your hands in the blocks or the blocks near the front to step the right leg, walk it there, help it there, or maybe it has space, there is space. If you have the blocks high enough, there is space to kind of walk it there, okay? So when we're in this lunge, right foot forward, just take a moment, feel the feet, right? Feel the knee in the back. You can have the toe flat in the back and then bring both hands to the top. Take your time to come up. Look at the front knee, at the front foot. So this is your lunge. If you have any more space, and this is like a vertical, right? Like a vertical, like a proposal. They call this proposal because it's all like 90 degrees. But if you have more space, if you can go a little bit forward, beautiful. And then back. All right, awesome. Just one more. Very good. And back, and then stay forward, breathe here. And then just return just enough to maybe not aggravate your low back a little bit. Bring your arms maybe like wide, like a V. And maybe if you have, go sliding, sailing just a little bit forward. Breathe here. Feel almost like you're pushing a lot of weight into the front heel. Breathe here. Back the hands on the thigh. Inhale, come back. Beautiful. So we're going to come from here to a warrior one. Okay. So right foot is forward. You can use your blocks here at the front, or you can use your hands. Tuck your toe in the back. Lift your back knee. Turn the toe out and flat. And then hug the belly in, hug the legs, bend the front leg, inhale, and here we are, legs for warrior one, and you can add your arms later, or whenever you feel that your legs are ready for that. So you're in this warrior one shape with the right foot forward. You can do your arms, breathe here, bending. Now see what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to just bring my hands to the back behind you and lean forward. So this right leg, very strong, hands reach back, chest hovering over the front leg. Breathe here. And then normalize your dog. So arms go up, and just one more. The hands make a circle. They circle to the hips. They circle behind, squeeze your shoulders. Really press the back leg straight and hover forward. So we're not going down, we're leaning forward like in a diagonal from the back heel to the head. Squeeze your arms. Back to warrior two, inhaling. All right, and then we're just gonna come down. So take your time to hands, framing your front foot on the blocks. Take a moment here. Bring your back knee down again and step back. Two hands and knees. Do a little cat, a little cow. Rounding, arching. Or staying, maybe holding. I'm holding my rounding, my cat. It feels good. All right. So, my friends, the blocks here to step the other foot forward. Step the left foot forward. So just changing it a little here. You can pat the back knee if that hurts. Take a moment. All right. Now, hands on the leg, on the top of your thigh. Take a moment here. See how you are, right? See that you're not rounding. See that you're steady. Where is your front foot, right? So it's not there, it's not here. You have almost like a vertical shin. So you can see that, okay? And you're standing. So nice and easy. You can stay here. You don't have to go forward or back or anything. This is enough. It's like a, almost like a balance, right? Go sailing a little bit forward if you have any space. So almost like sliding the legs, the hips apart, and then come back. Okay, you don't have to go. You can just kind of sense if you can go a little bit. And up, back. And just one more. Nice and slow, nice and easy. Feel like you're really pushing on the front heel. And the activity is to scissor your legs. So scissor your legs. Bring the back knee to the front heel. Bring the front heel towards the center. Come back to the proposal. Add your arms when you're ready. Straight arms. And maybe get a little deeper there. Feel your low back. If it hurts, don't do it. So you're sinking forward, your arms are light and high, and we're going to return. Have your blocks. We're going to turn into that warrior one. Okay, last effort here. Tuck your toe in the back. Lift your back knee carefully. I'm using my blocks. You don't have to, but this is great. Make sure the blocks are holding you. Lift your back leg, turn the toe out so the toe turns out like 45 degrees. Bend your front leg, ground your legs, hold your belly, and inhale and come to the warrior one. Okay, warrior one. So reviewing here, front leg is really coming forward, but the back leg is super straight. Your hips are forward, so I'm not turning my hips. My front knee should be above my ankle, vertical, and the arms, if you want, go up. So that's your warrior one shape. Now you're going to try to bring your arms forward like a semicircle. Bring your arms to your hips and back and lean forward. And make that back leg super straight. So the back leg is super straight and your arms are reaching behind and your chest and head are nice one piece, very diagonal from the back heel to the head. Reaching your fingers to the back, come back to warrior one, and we'll do just one more like that. Bend the front leg if you have a little more. Press the back heel, push it down, press the pinky side. Bring your hands forward and back and start leaning forward, arms reach behind. Feel the opposition. One leg is almost bending, back leg is super straight, arms reach back, head and chest and neck forward. Relax your gaze. And warrior one. Bending both legs very gently. Find your blocks, find the floor. Take your time to bring the knee down. Step the knees back. Very good. And do a little bit of rounding and arching. I feel like I round and it feels so good in my back. Now, you're in hands and knees. And we're going to do like a warrior two on the knee. And then we're going to come down. And we're going to do about 20 minutes on the low back. Okay. So let's say I was going to step forward, but I'm not because I want this foot to turn out to the side. So I'm stepping forward, or if you have it, you can even step it back to the side. Okay. So you can see my left knee is down. My right foot doesn't have to be in line with the knee. It can be a little forward. So you have this shape, right? Like a warrior two. This has 90 degree here, right? Take a moment here. You can do a little balance here with your block or something, or you can keep your hand here on the hip or towards the leg and take a little side bend, like a exalted. And then come up and do a little side angle. Very good. And then more like a warrior two. Beautiful. Extend the arms, extend through the fingertips. Beautiful. Lift the belly. Lift the low sides of your waist or your waist. And then one more time. You can bring the hand to the block or maybe the floor. Floor is too far. Extend, side angle. You can bring the hand to the ankle, to the floor, or keep the elbow on the leg and arm to the ear. Warrior two. Breathe here. Awesome. Very good. All right, just bring your hands on your hips. Careful to maybe do it with no hands. If you're not so steady, just bring it back. But if you can, bring the knee in. If not, just walk your hand, walk your foot back. All right, so other side, either you just walk it out or step it to the front and walk it to this, like a 90-degree on the leg. It can be a little forward if it's okay. Start with the exalt or reverse warrior. You can keep the hand on the thigh or down the leg. Breathe. You can look up at the ceiling, come back, extend, side bending. Parshvakonasana on the knee. Beautiful, open here. And warrior two. So warrior two feels so good after those two. Stretch your arms. Feel that you're not going higher than the other and stretch your arms, relax your face and torso. All right, and then one more with the reverse. Parshvakonasana. You can go down to the ankle or lower, or you can stay with the elbow on the leg. Have the palm up, look up, look up, look up. So look at your elbow. And warrior two. Awesome. So again, you can have your hands to help you to bring the knee back or try a little bit of balance and then step the feet together. All right. So let's just sit down and then we'll come back on I'm going to sit on a block here for a little bit of pausing, a little bit of centering. And we'll take a twist here in a moment. Just sit where it feels comfortable. You can sit with no block. You can cross your shins anywhere you like. Walk the feet so they're under your knees if you like. You can cross in this way. You can sit yourself on a block anywhere you like. Breathe, lengthen, relax shoulders, feel your head in line with the rest of your spine. Feel your tailbone, feel the head reaching. Take a twist to one side, any side is fine. Use the hand to the knee or the top of your hand behind or on the top of your knee. And use your other hand to the back or even to a block. So it's purple, so it's hard to see. Let's see if I can go on the floor or on this green one. So you can have the block behind me and twist and twist and twist and twist. Great stretch for the low back, believe it or not. And then center, come to center. And then other side. Start tall. So don't start slouching. Get tall. Hand to the knee or top of the hand outside the knee. Start with your hand behind you. Or here you have a nice visual with a little piece of that green with the block and the purple on the green. And twist and twist and twist. So grow and breathe. Let the breath be there with you. Return to center. All right, now we're going to go on the back. All right, so I'm going to come a little forward. You start going down, lowering yourself, hugging your knees when you get there, because it's so wonderful to go back and lie back. If you want a blanket, have a block near you, please. Have a blanket if you want for your head. just a little bit. Doesn't have to be too high, but it's always, why not, right? Here's the block. If you did a hug, that's wonderful. I'm going to have to move the screen again because I'm going to do a Viparita Karani. But just for a moment, just give yourself a hug here. And then just maybe cactus or arms open, feet on the ground, and just twist. Bring the knees maybe with a block in between, or you can let the knees drop. You can have legs organized, or try to have the knees together and the block under, anywhere at all. And if you want, gaze away from the knees or gaze out towards the left. And the knees can be far away, it can be higher. It depends on your body, on how you feel today. Just let the stretch and the twist be a moment to breathe again. Head to center, feet to center, hug again. Neutralize your spine, maybe rock. Arms open, cactus or T. Feet on the floor, or let the knees go to the second side. So when the knees are not so high, is here, you can just let them kind of fold. You can also modify half stacking feet and knees. This is more. You can gaze out to the opposite side. You can also just relax. You can have the legs closer. You can have them higher. You can put a block in between or under. Just find a breath. And once you kind of feel, you can, fidget and explore and investigate. How's your shoulder? How's your belly? How's your ribs and your pelvis and your arms? And what can you help it to make it your own wonderful stretch? Right, come back to center. Feet on the ground, right knee, open it. So external rotation, flex your foot, place it on the top of the knee. So figure 4. Wonderful stretch here, right? Everybody loves this one. Just stay in this original wonderful initiation of this one. You can rock, you can flex, you can lift both legs, you can keep as they are. This is a wonderful, wonderful stretch, okay? You have a little triangle in between your legs. You can bring the arms through the triangle, bring the hands behind, bring the hands around your shin. You can absolutely change your mind and be here. Just undo that, cross the other leg, right foot down, bring the knee out. So before you do it, just open the knee out, sort of like see how the knee turns out, flex it, and then lift it, place it on the top of your knee. Stay there for a moment. Use your legs, your own legs, to kind of press open your front ankle, pressing down, your bottom leg lifting up, maybe bringing the legs closer, maybe not. You can stay and rock a little bit. This is a wonderful one to just, again, just kind of be and breathe it and go slowly, right? Do it that, like counting to 10, maybe even counting to 10 and holding this one. Maybe sliding the hands, maybe one between, hold the shin, hold the leg. Just really being mindful. Notice the flat on the back. All right, let that go for a moment. You're gonna grab the block, place it in between. I'm gonna use the second. So there's a lower, a second, and a high. So the narrow part, squeeze it. Feet on the ground. Maybe your fingers reach to the heels. I'm gonna squeeze my legs. I'm gonna squeeze the block. Keep the feet on the ground. Lift your arms, lift the hips. Arms go overhead, bridge pose, squeezing the block. Bring your arms back, bring your hips down, squeeze the block, lift your legs. Very good. Bend the knees, you still have the block between your thighs, place the feet down, push the feet on the floor, push the heels on the floor, hug your belly, keep your shoulders down, keep your head down, arms go overhead, lift a little higher, squeeze that block. Lower your arms, lower your hips, take your time. Very mindful. Hands touch, squeeze the block, lengthen, squeeze the block between your legs or the knees. So it could be the knees, it could even be the shins. So it could be on the shins, right? Like that. Lengthen and squeeze it, bend it, feet down, lift. Awesome. Now, bring your hands down, bring your hips down. Maybe lift your legs so you can grab the block, press the feet, and do a bridge without the block, just one. Lift a little higher. See if you can squeeze maybe the block a little higher. So if it's too much when you bring it down, you can change it to the lowest. But see if you can maybe experiment and bring it to the second. If this is too much, you can also do a rolling pillow under. Take a moment here, please. Your arms can be out like in cactus or straight back overhead or to the sides. You can have the hands flat or up. All right, so we're going to try to do the Viparita Karani, or like a variation of that shoulder stand. So you can bring one knee in and extend it. So I cannot see my feet, but I'm going to change it in a minute. You know what to do. Lengthen the legs, and the legs should be not forward, not far. It should be right on the hips. So you cascade all the energy from the feet and flex your toes. Your toes face your face, face, toes face, or your nose, face your nose, flex toes, not here, not there, right vertical, right on the hips. So hips are sinking down and the legs can be a little bent. They don't have to be straight, but I want your toes facing your face. Breathe here. Again, arms out, overhead, anywhere at all. Bend your legs, please. Step the feet down. Now try keeping the block there. If it's too high, you can lower it, but try maybe lengthening one leg. If that doesn't work, lengthen the other. If that doesn't work, don't do it. If you can do both, you do both. You can do the whole body, stretching arms, stretching toes, or keeping the toes flexed and just feeling this really countering toward this arching your low back. If this hurts your low back, just don't do that. It could hurt. All right, so maybe just do one leg. You can also do like a asana here if you want, with the knees wide. This can be very sensitive to your low back, so you don't have to. You can also lower. It's going to feel great when you lower your block to the first one. And then finally lift up. If your legs are long, bring the feet in, feet lifting off to release the block. All right, so just stay here, take a moment here, breathe here. Feel your low back, feel your body, your heart, your breath. Take check. So bring your arms, like grab kind of like the opposite elbows, bring the knees to the right, elbows to the left. And if you don't like that, just do the legs. You can just do the arms open, or you can hug, right? You can also give yourself a hug and rotate your arms, your shoulders, your face, or leave it for your feet, your ankles, and your heels. Let's come back to center. Take a moment here. Awesome. So I'm just gonna give you like a tree pose. We didn't do a tree pose, so let's do a tree pose on the floor. So extend your right leg nice and long. Extend your right arm, same leg, same arm. Flex the foot on the floor. Lengthen and press the thigh down. Lift your arm, and this knee can just kind of drop. This leg kind of open. It doesn't have to be inside. It can be also on the top, like a figure four. It can be open on the floor, and you can just maybe even bring your hand on the inside, on the leg, on the thigh, on the knee, and just find your tree pose with noticing that whole side, the arm, the leg, all the way to the heel, and the finger really strong, the opening of the hip. Don't let the hips sink up or lift up. Keep even. Bring the hand down, step the foot in, both feet in, hug in, rock. Other side. So left leg long, flex, almost like you're stepping, that this foot is stepping on a wall, on a floor, right? Or have a wall against it. Left arm over, feel that nice engagement. All this energy from the heel all the way to the fingers. This knee is up. You can place it on the other leg and open it. You can also put it on the floor and let it open. You can bring the hand on the knee, on the inside of the leg. Any variation here. Keep the leg as if you're really hugging the hips in. Don't let the other hip go up. Keep the hips down. So the knee is not going to drop completely. It's going to also, you can support the knee with a blanket or even a block. Just feel the tree, this tree. The foot doesn't have to be even touching. It can be even lower to the shin or to the foot. So you decide this is your tree. Experiment your beautiful oak tree or your palm. Bring the hand down, step the foot in. All right, just take a moment and do a constructive rest. This is a wonderful one. So feet as wide as the mat, knees together, hands on belly, hands, belly and heart, or both on the belly. So we're going to quiet down for a moment. Close your eyes. And when you breathe in, feel the belly rising. And when you breathe out, you can sense the hands dropping and feeling the emptying of the breath. So take this like a little meditation, this breath awareness, breathing in, filling up like a balloon, and exhaling, exhaling, contracting, releasing. Feel the sinking of the belly and feel the exhalation when it comes out of your body, out of your nose. Then just again, very slowly breathing in, fill up maybe even to the ribs. So take more breath and exhaling, really emptying, exhaling completely, making a sound if you like. Notice when it's empty, notice the pause when you are emptying and doing nothing before you breathe in again, and then breathe in again and fill up and fill up and fill up and fill up even more the ribs and maybe even up to your chest. So feel a lot more, almost like let the belly be big like a balloon, and then let it go, emptying, relaxing. almost like a wave, like the wave, and then when you see the ocean and the wave goes back in, right? The wave returns to the water and then goes to the shore and expands, fill up like a wave. And then the water recedes and you empty here, the belly wave goes back. And this is a breath, like a breath meditation to just really fill up, feel like a balloon. And feel the emptying, how it empties your body through the nose, how it releases maybe any more tension, and it brings some quiet, not only to the face, but also like the mind, the emotion and the thoughts maybe are having some slowness, some quietness, some sort of space and peace in between. So we're going to start now. Your final pose, your meditation is part of the Shavasana, but eventually you don't have to think of the breath. So you can make a little roll for your neck, so your throat, your neck is supported, the rest of your head can be flat. You can also have some blocks for your knees, some blankets for your knees. If it's cold, you're going to cover your body, especially your hips. If you have a pillow, like a normal bed pillow, place it under your legs, your thighs. And take a lot of time here, a couple of minutes to really set yourself up for this luxurious moment to really let go. So again, you can stay with Supta, you can stay with the legs extended, place my blocks or blanket behind my legs or my thighs, arms open wide, beautiful. Just sit up with your blankets, lots of blankets. And when you lengthen the legs out and you have no props, just let the legs go even wider, wide away from the, take a lot of space. I have my mic doesn't let me really rest, but just feel the body really resting, being supported with the props, with the comfort that you have provided. And your job here, just let go of your breath for now. You don't have to see it or follow it or notice it. Just try to not move anymore and let go completely. This is your resting in awareness moment. This is called the corpse pose. In Sanskrit is called Shavasana, sometimes Savasana or Shavasana. I'm going to be really quiet. And if you have any beautiful sound in your room, like a bird or, you know what I have here? It's funny. My dog is snoring. And that is so soothing. Aren't you cute? She's sleeping. So she's snoring. If you have any birds, if you hear the wind, if you have a refrigerator, if you have your dishwasher or dryer, let them sounds be relaxing and conducive to even dropping more of the weight, the emotional weight and the physical weight of your body, of your thoughts, of this life that we always try to manage with not worrying too much. So even if it's just a moment of quiet, I said I was going to be quiet, so I'm going to be quiet. Quiet. Very gently start wiggling fingers and swallow some saliva. Swallow down, take a breath, wiggle toes, bring your arms overhead, take a breath, exhale, and start bringing your knees closer, bring your arms, hug your knees, come to one side. Take a breath, breathe. Please breathe, breathe, breathe on your side. It's beautiful. Fetal position and breath. Wonderful and very calming, like you're coming back to life from, the fetal position and then opening up again. So coming back to sit, blanket, pillow. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana, by the way. You don't have to come back to seated. So stay in a moment of checking, right? Checking the center, checking shoulders, checking your face and checking the ears and how you're seated, how you feel. Take a breath, empty out, breathe in and out. I'm just going to do one exercise. It's like a pulling and pushing on the belly, bastrika or bellows. We're going to do just 10. You go like 10 times. You can be slower. I know it's hard to hear me, but you're just going to kind of breathe fast, nose and nose out, nose in, nose out, nose in, nose out. 10. When you finish the 10, you're going to take a breath. You're going to hold it and you're going to empty. And then we're going to actually after that end. So nice posture. Take a breath in and empty out. And you're just going to breathe out and in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath, hold, and empty. Open the mouth and let it go. And just do one more if you can. I'm sorry, I'm taking you a little longer. Just take a breath in, a breath out, and start your Bastrika. Exhale, pumping. So it's like your stomach is pumping in and pumping out. Take a breath in, inhale. Hold at the top. And release. Exhale. Just don't do anything. Just breathe, observe, be. Normalize the breath. And bring your hands to Namaste or to the chest, to the heart. Let's bow. Thanking your body, thanking your breath, thanking all the things that we have, all the gratitude that we must surround ourselves with gratitude. Thank you for your presence and thank you for your trust and allowing me to be your guide. Om Shanti, peace, please, peace, peace, peace. And namaste, everybody. Just gonna stay with you a couple of moments.